Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, folks. I still haven't had a shave. If you check all my other videos, I had a cyst cut out under here, and it's a new look. Still hasn't done me any good on the dating site, but that's another story. Anyone want to apply? Single women under 90 years of age. I'm not fussy. Leave me a comment. Otherwise, like and subscribe. I'm a bit scruffy today. I've got North Fake Wellsbourne Market jacket special on it. It says North Face on it, but the zip broke after about 2 hours, so it's a North Fake. Anyway, that's another story. What am I doing? I'm at home, got my overalls on. I've got a Nissan Leaf, which is here with the bonnet up. The front springs broke on it. It broke in December, but I've been a bit under the weather. I've had bad shoulders. I still haven't, found out what's. I went to the doctor's today, and he said it's carpal tunnel in my hand. So how's it affecting this shoulder, that side? I don't know. But anyway, that's still ongoing. But enough of that. Yeah. So anyway, my front spring broke on the Leaf. So I'm only going to show you changing one. They always recommend you change two in a pair. I used to have a garage. I've been in the motor trade all my life, so it's nothing to me to change a spring, but they can be dangerous, so I don't advise a DIY really to do it unless you've got the proper tools. So I'm going to show you how I'm doing mine. I've got the Nissan Leaf Techna 2013. Now got 85,000 miles on the clock, and I've maintained it myself, and it's just lost the 1 bar. It's gone to 11 bars at 85,000 miles, which is fantastic. I've always charged it to 100%. Anyway, that's enough about the battery. I'm just going to show you the motor, and I'm going to just show you something about the strut top, which a lot of people have mentioned that, and I'll tell you about that. So I'm going to swing you around, because I'm using the Hero 10. It's a stupid microphone setup. Now when I want to speak from the back, I've got to tell it I'm at the back, which is a load of rubbish. But anyway, that's another story. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If I ain't said that, I've rattled on enough this morning. I don't know what's up with me. It must have been them Weetabix I had. Anyway, that's another story again. So I'll see you in a minute, folks. Right, if you ever wonder what's under the bonnet of a Nissan Leaf, I haven't opened that bonnet for probably about a year. It's been very reliable. The battery did go flat. This is the little 12 volt when I've charged it up, so I think it's time for a new one on there. But what I was talking about was down here. That's the strut top mounting that rusty thing. Now a lot of people have said they've had trouble with their Leafs, and they've put a little plastic cap over the top. I checked mine a few times and they were perfect. The other side's spot on, but this one has gone rusty. So WD-40 or UB-40 as some people call it. I'm going to give that a soak, because I'll need to get that undone in a bit. But what I'm going to do now is just going to show you the spring, and I'll swing you around here. And when I went on eBay, I didn't get this off eBay, I got this from German and Swedish. They got a local branch in Redditch. It used to be Bromsgrove Motor Factory, it's now GSF, or German and Swedish. Now when I looked on eBay, they were advertising these as a genuine spring this make. It was about £50. Obviously I got it trade price, but you might pay a little bit more than that. But if you think based on about 50-60 quid for a spring, it won't be far out. It's a bit of a big one, that. Anyway, let's see how we get on. So see you in a bit, folks. Right, typical with the GoPro, I just went to use it. It told me to keep the camera still. According to the GoPros, they're supposed to be action cameras, but that's another story on that. Anyway, I've got to take the leg off. This is the leg here. What I've got to do is I've got to undo these 2 bolts there. That's the ABS wires, which have got to come off. Just pull that one off. There, like that, that's done. This is the anti-roll bar link. There, I've got to undo that, and that is the broken spring. You can see bit like an horseshoe there. So that's all going to come off. So let me get some more tools now, so we'll see in a bit. Hi folks, I'm not sure how loud you're going to hear me because I've got these gloves on, so I can't touch the screen, but I'm just undoing the bolts to hold the leg on. See me there. It's a 22 socket the one side and a 21 spanner the other. It's handy if you've got a gun. I've got two of these called rattlers. As I've got that one done, and let's get the other one. Right. So that's the two bolts holding the bottom leg on. There's a 19 that holds the. I'll just show you. I'm using the GoPro because it doesn't matter if it gets dirty, but I've got to undo that off there. Sometimes they can be a bit of a pain, them, but see how we go. Now I'll show you a little thing I've got here. When I was doing my kitchen, trying to make it look a bit better, I decided to get a new little drawer for my knife and forks, and this is really ideal, putting a few tools and spanners in when you're doing the job. But the first time I used it, I put all my tools in and I went and dropped it on the floor. But it is an handy little thing. So I'm now going to get this undone. So I've got to give that a little tap in a minute to get it loose. So we'll see in a minute when I've got this undone. Right, I've got it undone. I've got the MGs or mole grips. These are vice grips, snap-on tools sell them. I've got that undone. If you can get a spanner behind there, or you can put a little Allen key in there, but if you're careful you can get a grip on, but just be careful you don't damage the boot on that rolling, as it is an MOT failure. Anyway, I'm going to get that off and see you in a minute. Right, so I've got the roll link off. You can see there's like a little area that's round that, but you can grip that with your mole grips if you're careful, or vice grips. So that's off. Also sometimes you have to heat that nut up to get it off because it can be seized up. So that's all right. Now you've got a CV joint here. You shouldn't have any problems, but some cars where the shaft goes in the gearbox, it can pull out and you can lose all your oil. So just don't get pulling that back. Keep it steady, as sometimes you can lose all the oil out your gearbox on some vehicles. I think we're all right so far. No any drips of oil. So I'm going to get to the top now. Hang on. Ooh. Right, now there's some bolts in here. I can see one there. There's 3 13mm, so I'm going to tack them now. See you in a minute. Oh, just see me. Yeah, greetings folks. I've got an assistant, me look-alike, Paul. I've got the last bolt now. The others were a bit, I don't want to swear, but they were a bit awkward. So what I'm going to do is just loosen it with the, I've got some gloves on but they've ripped. I'm going to loosen it with a this ratchet here, like that. And then I've got this, was a Wellsborough Market special for 20 quid. I'm just going to hold the leg because it's going to fall otherwise. That's it. Put that down. I'll come round here now, Paul. It's going to get out. Oh, one more thing I didn't see at the back. The brake pipe clip. Let me just show you. Take over. There's me. It does look a bit like me. Actually, we do a quick selfie. Who's the better looking? Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who is the fairest of them all? That's another story. I was going to use Paul's picture on my dating site. I might do yet. But anyway, back to it. So down here there's a clip on the flexi brake hose. I forgot about that, so I'm going to get a bit of WD-40, my assistant, to spray it. There, Paul. that's it. I'm going to get the tools to get that off. Back in a bit. Right, got the leg off. What we're going to do now, I've got a spring compressor. I've got a couple actually, as you know, I have two of everything. Let's go and have a look at stage 2. Okay. Oh, you've turned it off now. Oh, is it still working? Yeah. Yeah, hi folks. Well, this is my spring compressor. It's about as old as me. Had a few little technical issues. Had to get a screwdriver in down the bottom to get it together. But anyway, I've compressed the old spring. That's the strut top mounting. That's the bit that's gone rusty. To be honest, it's all right. So that's the strut top mounting. That's the spring. So I've now got to get it off this machine. I'll keep this in the lock up this round the back, so save carrying it all the way round. That's why we're doing it in the garden. So anyway, just going to press button A. And hopefully you get the old spring coming out like that. So there's the broken one. I'm just going to do an update. Yeah, hi folks. Just an update. We didn't film compressing the spring. We had one or two technical issues with my hydraulic thing, so when I'm doing that I just swear a bit. So we got it done. So I'm just going to bring you around. Got the there's the new spring. I'm just fitting this back in. I'm going to put the brake hose on, ABS wires. So we'll give you another update in a sec. Go. Oh yeah.
It's on me. It's on me.
Oh, it's on the mechanic, Paul. Just going to come down. It's all back together now. Got the roll bar back in, bottom bolts in. It's all done. Just got to put the wheel on now and get the tools cleared up. So we'll do a final talk in a minute, folks. Yeah, hi folks. Well, she's all back together. Bit of a fiddly job. The worst bit was getting the bolts out the top from the strut, because they were a bit seized. The only other way is to take all the wiper arms off and take all the plastic out, but sometimes that can, your wiper arms can be stuck on and break things, that can make things a bit worse. So we'll see what time it is now. Hang on, it's 12:30. Started about 10:45. So it's took a bit of time. That's with putting all the tools away and everything. Yeah, it weren't too bad. I enjoyed it actually. So I'm ending the video now. So as usual, don't forget to like and subscribe. Appreciate you watching. Let's hope there's peace in Ukraine, all around the world. Again, thanks folks for watching the how-to tip video. Wasn't a bad job. I say I used to do it every day from when I was from school leaver, so you know, it's like I do stuff with my eyes shut, but these seized up bolts get you a bit. No, it's not the old age. Anyway, that's all for now. Bye folks, see you on the next one.